Okay, so things were a little bit downcast in the last video, a little bit doom and gloom because, well, the start we've had at Leicester, it's not been great, has it? However, I think today we're going to be a little bit more happy. Let me show you why. Hello, welcome back to the channel. My name is Clayts, and today we've got our 4th episode of our Leicester series. In the last episode, we drew to Leeds after having a terrible start to the league season. We lost our first 3 games, then a draw against Leeds was very disappointing. We took the lead and then conceded. Since then, I've been playing some games. I've been busy. I've been streaming this save over on Twitch. If you want to catch that, twitch.tv/Clayts, by the way. And in that time, we've started to make a little bit of progress. So if I show you the schedule, it looks like this. The last episode was this game against Leeds. You can see we have gone and played all of these games that are now highlighted, and you will see a lot of green on there, which is good. We bounced back. We've changed systems quite a lot. I'm going to show you what we're going to play because today we are going to have a double header. We'll get onto that in a second. After changing the system up, we managed to beat Rapid Vienna, beat Peterborough 5-0 in the cup. We beat Norwich in the Premier League, our first Premier League win of the season. You can see the goal scorers and everything on here as well. Beat Shakhtar in the Europa League. We did lose to West Ham. Craig Dawson scored a winner in the 85th minute, but this is the best one, I think, out of everything. We beat Chelsea away from home 1-0, which is wild, really. Chelsea were, I think, second in the league as this game was played. We managed to beat them. Mariba scored the goal. And then after that, we went on a 3-game winning run. Betis, Wolves, and then Liverpool in the Carabao Cup. I was a bit upset, actually, after we drew them in the Carabao Cup because I thought the board are going to be upset if we go out to them. But we managed to beat them anyway. Fofana and Zagadou with the goals. A late goal from Curtis Jones, not enough, and we managed to win. I suppose, though, we have had a slight downturn in fortune since then. A 2-2 draw with Brentford, which, to be honest, we got out lucky to have a 2-2 draw here. We scored twice in the first half. They equalised with 20 to play. Our players were absolutely knackered, so we were lucky to get out at 2-2. I think they had a goal disallowed for offside as well. And then because of how tired our squad has been, we're playing a gegenpress system, so actually they're getting very, very tired. Because of how tired they've been, I did rest a few players for this Betis Europa League game, and it ended up costing us. We lost the game 2-1. Today, we're going to have a double header in this episode. We're going to play Tottenham and Liverpool. So basically, we're going to get straight into that. But before we get straight into it, a really quick reminder to subscribe to the channel if you're enjoying this series. If you've enjoyed any of the other content and you're not yet subscribed, please do subscribe. Leave a like on the video too, because it always does help out, pushes the video out for more people to see. And also leave me some comments down below. Liverpool then in today's episode, but before that we play Tottenham away from home. Let me get you up to that team selection and I will show you the formation, the tactic that we've been rocking recently, which has seen us actually win some games. Okay, and here it is then. This is the system that we've been rocking in those recent games. It is a narrow diamond gegenpress system, pretty much straight out of the box. It seems to be the thing that is working. It does cost our players in terms of fatigue. They get very, very tired. So we need to watch out for that in today's games. Of course, today's opposition is going to be a tricky one. Away at Spurs, definitely not easy, especially for a team that has been patchy at best in terms of their form. Us. The team is going to be this. It's Schmeichel in goal, Pereira and Alex Telles as the fullbacks. Both been pretty good recently. You see the average ratings are definitely improved from last time. Sula and Zagadou are going to start in the defence. Actually, shall I do Sula or shall I do Mancini? I'm going to stick with Sula, I think. Set pieces seem to be a big deal, so I'm going to stick with Sula. Indeed, he plays in front of them. Gravenberch and Tielemans as our 2 in this midfield. Maddison very much back in the team in front of those. And then up front, Belotti and Daka. You're probably thinking, where is Jamie Vardy? He is injured. He's been injured for about 4 weeks. He's still our top goal scorer. Hopefully, he will be back soon because he is lethal in front of goals. He probably comes in for Daka if he's fit. Belotti's been a decent little side man for whoever he's been playing alongside, though. I'm liking how he is playing. That then is going to be the team. Let's get into this game. I did rest the team quite heavily. The only real concern in our team is basically James Maddison is lacking a little bit in match sharpness. We've got Kelechi Iheanacho on the bench, I think, is probably the one to go to. Or we could push forward the likes of Gravenberch, I think, in behind the strikers. But mainly, I'm hoping that they've got enough fitness in them. Obviously, after this, we play Liverpool. We could do with getting some results in these. Spurs have won just 2 of their last 5. Maybe we can get at them. Maybe they're using wide centre-backs, it looks like there. Here we go, though. We are underway. We've got a long throw to start things off. These seem to be back. In towards Zagadou. Hugo Lloris comes out and claims it, though. It's a good bit of goalkeeping. That long throws, they do very much seem to be a thing once again here on FM22. They were a thing at the start of FM21. They seem to be a thing this year too. Kane up, not winning the ball. Gravenberch into Belotti. Needs a runner. Maddison could be that runner given away. And Spurs have the ball back. First highlight, a minute and a half into the game. He's going back and forth in terms of possession. Is it going to be our highlight? Are we going to be able to launch an attack? Here's Zagadou. Zagadou, by the way, back in the team ahead of the likes of Mancini because of set pieces as he plays a wonderful ball forwards. And Patson Daka gives us the lead inside 2 minutes. It is a perfect start here at the Spurs Stadium. Patson Daka, I think that's his 6th of the season. He's actually chipping in with 1 or 2 goals, you know. There's Zagadou on his weaker foot, playing the ball over the top. The finish is good. Rolls it past the goalkeeper, and we lead. Lovely start. As I've been saying, then we need to keep a really close eye on these condition stats because, as you see, Maddison, the player I did point out, is looking pretty tired. Only 27 minutes into the game. If you play a gegenpress system, it works. It's still effective, I think, but you really do have to manage how tired your players do get. What I've been doing, we'll probably do it in this game, to be honest. With about half an hour to go, I've been changing into a low tempo sort of pass the ball around slowly, take the sting out of the game sort of system, which we might well go to in today's game, especially if we are still leading, because it just means I drop Maddison down into the midfield. Daka, what a turn that is away from the defender. Looking for 2-0. He's gone wide, but can he find a cross? He's got Belotti in the middle. Back to Pereira. There's Belotti. Wins the header in off the post. It is 2-0. Headers are so good in FM21. And Belotti, he's not very tall, but he wins headers. And it is 2-0 before half-time here. Daka, that turn to get him in behind there was beautiful. And he just takes his time, gives it to Pereira. Pereira swings the ball in. And Belotti's good enough to get up above. Who's this at right back? Is it Emerson Royale? It is. In off the post, 2-0. You're probably going to see it in the second half then. If we hold on to this, we'll drop down into that lower, slow tempo system and see if we can hold out for a win here. Half time, 2-0. I'm not going to change anything, I don't think. I'm just going to tell them to not let their performance levels drop. Go out there. Let's get to about 60. That's usually about the time that I'll either make subs or I'll drop into this other system. I will also tell them, I'll give them a bit of praise as well after that half time because they've been very good today. This is much more like it in terms of results. If we can get 6 points from Spurs and Liverpool today, we'll be very much on the up, won't we? And hopefully turn things around fully. Here's Zagadou with a highlight then. Gravenberch towards Daka, wins the header. He's been sensational today. Pereira, who assisted the one before. Oh my word, it's a comedic own goal from Christian Romero. There's not a player in the 6-yard box. I'm not even sure there's a player of ours in the box, really. And Christian Romero's turned it into his own goal. That's a big header from Daka there. Belotti with a lovely ball out wide. Look, we've got players nowhere near him, and he's managed to turn it somehow off the back of his foot into his own goal, and we lead 3-0 here. Wow, wow, wow. We've actually got another highlight before I can change things. We're taking them to the cleaners a bit here, Spurs. And Leicester, this Leicester team, which I know is good enough to be really good. We've got the players. We just need to get the dynamics and the happiness there. Is running riot, and Yuri Tielemans has made it 4. Here we go. 4-0. Yuri Tielemans has made it 4, and we're on the march. Bring on Liverpool next. Bring on anybody else. We're on the march here. We're looking like we might even make it into the top half of the table at some point. This is fun, isn't it? Pereira again involved. He gets, I think, the assist. It did deflect off the defender. Near post finish from Tielemans. 4-0. And this, I think, prompts me into changing. I know you might not want to change after something like this, but I think in terms of just saving legs, I'm going to change into this system here, which, as you can see, is low tempo, slightly lower tempo, short passing, play the ball around, keep the ball. It also is this flat midfield 3 with a defensive midfielder behind them. I'm actually not going to make a change yet because Maddison's going to be the first change. In fact, do you know what I am? I've changed my mind. I'm going to put Gravenberch in as a deep line playmaker. Maddison's going to come off, and Mariba, who's been very, very solid for us actually, is going to come on as our first change. I'm going to praise him once again. We've now got another highlight. We're looking for 5. We want 5. It's headed away, but going to be swung back in again. Daka, Belotti. It has to be. It is. We lead 5-0 against Spurs. I'm just checking. There's not going to be a VAR call at all. It is 5-0 to Leicester here away at Spurs. Something has clicked. Whatever that might be, if it's using this gegenpress system, whether the players have settled in a little bit now after a few wins, something has clicked. And I think once again, we're on the march. Belotti at the near post. A good, nice goal for him to get there to keep things going. And before, I mean, we've got another highlight here. We want 6. We want double figures. Daka's there. It's headed away. We talk about those headers. Ricardo Pereira and Alex Telles just whipping crosses all day long. There's another one. It's 6-0. Patson Daka gets his... Is that his second of the game? I think that might be his first of the game. I'm not sure. I've lost track. It's 6-0 here. It's another assist for Pereira. I think that might be 3 for him. We are 6-0 up with 25 minutes to play. This is shocking from Spurs, but this is brilliant from us. Easy finish for Daka. Is that his first? It's his second goal. He scored the first, of course, inside 2 minutes. 20 minutes to play. Spurs are just throwing it down the line to absolutely nobody. So here comes Zagadou to just pick up the ball and play it forward. We're looking for our 7th goal here. Belotti over the top. Over to Daka, who wants a hat-trick. Daka for the hat-trick. Brought down surely. Christian Romero is having a shocker here. He's already scored an own goal. Now, is he going to get sent off here? I mean, he's just stopped surely a goal-scoring opportunity. It's surely a penalty. I think Daka will take the penalty because he's on a hat-trick as well. Surely he gives this, right? Penalty has been awarded. It's going to be Belotti who scores. It's 7-0. Harsh on Daka, that, because he could have had a hat-trick. But do you know what? I must not have that box ticked. It is 7-0 though, and Andrea Belotti gets his second of the game. I've only made one change. I might as well start to rest some players here. I really should, shouldn't I? With 19 minutes to go. Belotti is cool, calm, and collected from the spot. Look at this. Look at all these 5-point-somethings in the Spurs defence. Tell you what I'm going to do. Let's rest. Who's really important? Tielemans is important. So we'll do Samari on for him. Do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do Gravenberch. We're going to do midfield changes. He's going to be the final one. And we're going to give Dewsbury Hall a bit of a run out in the midfield. I'm going to move Mariba to the deep line playmaker. This midfield now has been completely changed from the start of the game. We're going to stay on attacking because do you know what? Why not? There are 15 minutes to go and we want 8. I think you'll all join me in that and wanting an 8th goal for us here. Spurs looking to find a consolation, which they can't even get. That's hit the woodwork and gone over. I mean, that would mean that we wouldn't have to pay clean sheet bonuses, but do you know what? I think it's fine. I'm going to drop to positive now just because that might mean a little less running. I'm looking at Belotti here, knackered. 3 minutes added on. 7-0 is the final score. We have made Spurs look like a Sunday League team, and we have absolutely turned up there. A 7-0 win. 7 goals from 12 shots. 7 goals from an XG of 2.37. I can't quite work out what has happened there. Have a look at the Spurs ratings, because, I mean, Romero a 5.6, Dyer 5.8, Lloris 5.9. I mean, there's 6.2, so that is a horror show from Spurs, isn't it? Maybe they were using those wide centre-backs, which we used at the start of the season, which did not work. I don't know. I'm sure you guys have managed to get your wide centre-backs working. I have not been able to. But that is fantastic. Let's get on to Liverpool. Let's get straight up to this Liverpool match now and go again. Can we back up a great win here with another against one of the big boys in the league? All right, so here we go then. Liverpool at home then. We've beaten Spurs 7-0 away from home. Now we are playing Liverpool at home. One thing that I'm sure you've probably already been commenting down below madly is that, yes, I know now that Belotti was on a hat-trick for the penalty as well, which is why he took it, although Daka was also on for a hat-trick, so I don't know why it chose Belotti over Daka, but that is why Belotti ended up taking the penalty and securing his hat-trick as well. So yes, thank you for all the comments, which I'm sure are already there. Here is the team then for this Liverpool game. I'm going to pretty much stick with the team that just won 7-0, which makes sense, right? The only change is that Jamie Vardy is back on the bench because he's almost back from his injury. In fact, he is back, but he's only recommended to play 45 minutes, which that might be useful because Patson Daka is down at quite tired before we kick off. He scored twice, obviously, in that last game, so I'm going to start him, but you may see him get swapped with Vardy. That's the team. Let's get into this game. Submit it, and Patson Daka is not fully fit. I know that. I've just said that to the people who are watching, but thank you for the reminder, Football Manager. There it is. The teams are warming up. Can we get another win here? This would be big, wouldn't it, if we can? Here's the first highlight of the game as I encourage our team. It's Liverpool on the attack with Fabinho. Here's Trent. Don't let him get a shot off. A nice little stop and turn from Trent there. Crosses. Mane. Saved by Schmeichel. That's a big save. He was point blank range. Sadio Mane heading straight at the goalkeeper. 20 minutes in. We've not had a shot yet. Liverpool have had 8. They're all over us, but we're staying in the game. We've finally had a shot on target. You see, Daka is already very tired. We just need to get to half-time here without a goal. Nicolas Sula has also taken a knock. Now, that's not good. Corner to Liverpool. Virgil van Dijk. I was going to say off the line, but it hit somebody on the line. Who was that on the line? James Maddison. It's hit on the line there and rolled into the back of the net. Surely we could have done something about this. It's Robertson into Virgil van Dijk. Maddison, I mean, you'd think maybe the goalkeeper or Tellez could react to that, but no. And finally, the pressure has told and we're 1-0 down. It's been coming. We've had one shot. They've had 17. it's been coming. Liverpool look really strong. Here they come again. Mane looking for a second before halftime. I said we need to get to halftime. It looks like we're going to be trailing by at least 1, maybe 2. Mane, great header. And it's 2-0. Okay, this is a little bit more back to what you'd expect. None of this 7-0 wins thing going on. Mane with the header. It's going to be 2-0 before halftime. It was too early really to change anything. But yeah, the pressure is told and it's going to be 2-0. Look at this for a header, by the way. It's really whipped into him here from Robertson and the header into that far corner. 2-0 at halftime. I think I'm going to have to make 2 changes as well. I'm going to tell them it's nowhere near good enough, of course. But I'm looking. Nicolas Sula is injured. So Mancini's going to come on. Daka is knackered. So Vardy is going to replace him. I actually think we are going to go to this very early in this game. I know that we're 2-0 down and this might look more defensive, but obviously the gegenpress wasn't working. We're going to go to this. Maddison's going to play a bit deeper. He's not having a good game down at a 6.2, but we've used 2 of our subs there at halftime because of injuries and tiredness. It's not much I can do. Maddison is hopefully going to pick it up. Here we go, second half. Telles is in. Telles for 2-1. It is 2-1. Good finish, Alex Telles. Game on. We've made that switch to the different tactic. Maybe it can get us back into this game. It's a good finish from the left back. Near post, rolls it in. Game on. It's a nice bit of play from Belotti, actually. Finds Tielemans. This little slipped through ball from Tielemans is beautiful. Could have squared it. Decided to go for goal. Slips it past Alisson in the net, and it is 2-1. Liverpool now on the attack. Can they kill all our hopes and our dreams with a third goal here? Virgil into Firmino, into Salah. Lovely 1-2. Firmino's back on it. Firmino scores. The referee is looking at this. I have a feeling he might be onside. Is it? They're going to check it with VAR. I think he might be on. Andrew Madley. They're going to give the goal. It is 3-1. So it may have been slightly short-lived, the old redemption in this game. Firmino with the 1-2 with Salah. He's just timed it right, I think. The finish is good. 6.1 from James Maddison. Do you know what? I think it might be time to cut our losses on that. I think at 6.1, you just have to get him off the pitch. Mariba's going to come on and be a DLP. In fact, I might change Mariba from the DLP. I'm going to put Gravenberch as the DLP, I think. Half an hour to go. 2 goals seems like a very tall ask. I will berate them, though. See what we can get them doing. Liverpool just seem really strong. They seem much better than us. We're a little bit patchy. We can have great performances or we can have poor performances. Today, it looks like it's going to be one of the poor ones. You've seen really how the side has been performing in today's video. The Spurs game and now this one. We've got another one, though. Vardy. It's a weird little bounce off the goalkeeper. Vardy back in the team has made it 3-2. Hope again. Maybe with 18 minutes to play. I'm bemoaning the fact that we've lost this game. We haven't lost this game yet. 18 minutes to play and it's game on again. Tielemans to Belotti. Belotti, lovely through ball. Alisson gets there and then kicks it onto Vardy, who finishes it. Now let's have one last. Let's demand more of them again. I've got no real changes up my sleeve, have I? But maybe they're tiring. Maybe we can take advantage. We're still on attacking. 4 minutes to play. Nothing happening. I'll tell you what we're going to have to do. We are going to have to push some players forward, aren't we? So let's just put Gravenberch and Mariba into this slightly further forward spot. And I'm actually going to bring Ndidi into here as well. We can still play him as a... Let's play him as that. Push some men forward. Do you know what? Let's push our wing backs up slightly as well into this sort of pillar system. Get them forward. Can they get crosses into the box? And can we take the game to Liverpool for 3 minutes plus added time? 4 minutes added on then. There's a highlight, which I suppose you want. Even if it is starting with Liverpool on the ball, we want highlights to happen because we need something to happen. It's Milner on the attack. Chamberlain over. And that might be the end of the highlight, which might be... That might be the end of the game. Trent to the corner, really. Looks like he's taking a bit of time. Keita. They're going to score a fourth, aren't they? Chamberlain. Salah. There's the 4th goal. We had to go for it, right? We had to go for it. We went for it. And ultimately, it's going to result in us losing this match now. It's Trent to Chamberlain. Chamberlain to Keita. Lovely pass this from Keita into Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain. He's allowed to run to the byline. And there's Mo Salah doing what Mo Salah does and putting the finishing touches on an attack to score. That will be the final whistle. That's going to be a 4-2 loss for us. So we've seen the Jekyll and the Hyde of Leicester in today's episode, haven't we? We've seen how good we can be. And you've seen that when we come up against a team that is just better than ours, you see how we just don't really compete. Liverpool well and truly deserved that victory, even though it looked like we might get back into it. It leaves us then At the end of episode 4, 14th in the league. We're not completely out of touch yet. A couple of wins does get us into this sort of area in the table, which has to be what we aim for. We still have a game in hand, which if we win, gets us to 17 points. 8th or 9th at this stage, I think we'd probably be pretty happy with that. So let's see if we can improve on that in the next episode. Thank you so much for watching today. I'll see you very soon. Bye-bye.